Hello and welcome to Cardboard and Plastic. First of all, the unofficial sponsor of today's video, Lagavulin 16. Cheers, everybody. Alright, today's episode, doing something a little bit different. I have an order back from a grading company I never used, and I don't even know why I used it. So we have HGA today. So I have a couple of cards out here, so you can see over here I got some Hank Aaron's. And over here I got a stack. You can see Sandy here. So he's one of my PC guys that I've really started to go after, and pretty cheap. Nobody likes pitchers. And so I think I picked this up for about $30. And in the box today, we have a submission back from HGA. And unfortunately, it's not a blind submission. For me, I submitted 6 cards, and I'll tell you what happened here. I actually tried to trick HGA. With one of the cards here specifically, and I know they didn't grade it, which is awesome, which actually shows me that they're doing their job. And with HGA, I think it was like $25 a card, but I got $5 off 20. 2 cards didn't get graded because they did a good job with one of the cards. We'll see what they did. I'm not even going to ask for my money back on the 2 there. They didn't give me a refund yet, but I'm not going to ask for one. So I submitted this on November 2nd. December 2nd, 2021. And I just got these back. So it took them about 6 months to do a 60-day business order. They got really behind. They stopped submissions. And then they opened them back up just recently again. Now, will I use HGA again? We'll talk about that at the end of the video. So let's see. 4 cards got graded. 2 didn't. So we'll go over the 2 cards that didn't get graded here. I don't even know what they're doing with these plastic bags. They must have got them cheap. I've seen these in all the videos. They're absolutely huge. I think they put one on each of those cards. One of the cards I'm actually disappointed they didn't grade here. And one of them I'm ecstatic that they didn't grade. It actually shows that they're measuring, that they're doing their job. I have a feeling I know why they didn't grade one of them. So let's see what we got here. So we have 2 non-gradable cards. The first card, not graded, is Robin Yount. And let's see if they actually gave a reason. N1. So with N1, I don't even know what that means. So they used PSA's non-gradable definitions. I'm actually going to look this up right now to see why they didn't grade it. So non-gradable definitions, they actually say that this one had evidence of trimming or alteration. That is not correct. I know what the issue with this card is. It wasn't trimmed. This card is cut really bizarrely. So the card is very short. but it's also wide, this card. And it's actually in very good shape, but, you know, I'll take that they said it was trimmed. And I actually do have the old one here. So this is, it got the min size from PSA. So they said it was trimmed. It wasn't trimmed, but it was very short, so they shouldn't have graded it. The second one that I didn't get graded, and again they said this is not trimmed. So they said N1. The N6 is what they should have done for this one. This one was not trimmed. This is a very oddly shaped card as well. So I think they just didn't want to grade it. I haven't even seen them grade one of these. This is TCMA and also from PSA. Got a min size. These cards, these minor league cards, are very oddly shaped. They weren't cut the same, and so these cards have weird dimensions. This card's in great shape. It wasn't trimmed, but I don't even know if they're grading these at HGA. I'm actually going to ask about this one. All right. Let's try to get this camera back in focus here. So the cards that got graded. Let's start with some of the modern stuff here. So I'm not really a modern collector. However, I did buy, when everybody was going crazy. Again, these bags are ridiculous. Almost gave away the grade there. Probably did. This is a Zach Gallen. He's one of my favorite pitchers, but kind of strangely, I was buying, and these are unlicensed Prism products, so they don't have the team logos or uniforms on them. This is from the white sparkle packs that I bought. I think they were crazy. It was something like $50 a pack for like 3 cards. And I bought these, and this is a 1 out of 1 white sparkle auto. The auto got a 10, and that's the most important thing. There is I believe there's an issue with that. You see that corner on the right hand? That's the way it came from the pack. Quality control. And the card got a 9, which is very fair. Let's see if we can get the subgrades. Corner is 8.5, very fair with that back corner. And all the other grades are pretty good. And I really don't care about this grade. The auto is more important than having the 9, in my opinion. And that card is absolutely gorgeous. 1 of 1 white sparkle. So this is just going to stay in my PC. I did the card match. I don't know what they really matched it to. It'd be really cool if they had some sparkle on the match. I'm not going to pay crazy amounts for a card. So I guess gray and gray. I guess that color matches the card there. Next card. And again, I showed you. Oops. Here, the 2 Sandys I have. I bought this one and I got this one graded. So this is the Blue Wave. I believe this one's out of 150. Yep. And this is the purple refractor. I got this graded by SGC. And so now I'm going to have another one of these versions graded by HGA. I don't really care about who grades the cards. I just care about getting the stuff I want for my PC slabbed. But not at these prices. Again, crazy bags. Another 10 for the auto, which is great. This is numbered out of 50. So this is the gold wave. And this card, perfect. So this got a 9.5. Couple of 10s on the edges and centering. Corner surface. I bought this from eBay for $50. Probably grading it for $20, actually $30, because I'm not going to get my money back for the other two. This here is the color match. There's, I mean, I guess that's pretty close. I think it just looks better having the color match there instead of the T match. I think it clashes a little bit. So now got a HGA, PSA, SGC, and I'm actually going to send another one of my Sandies to CSG, and I'm going to do a bulk submission with them. Now these other two cards here, we'll do this one first. So Hank Aaron is one of my PCs, and I just want everything graded in a slab. This one was not perfect. They really ripped the corners. Now, I wish I didn't see the grades beforehand, but when they send you the email, it's not like PSA or SGC. Like, you can go look at your grades. They actually give you the grades right in the email when they send it to you. Here we go. So this here is a Hank Aaron. This is going to be the 1975. And the grades for this got a 5. Now, I understand, right? The centering's pretty good with this card. The edges, not great. The surface is pretty good on the cards. The corners, that corner's pretty bad. But I have seen HGA grade corners much easier than this. I've seen some 4 corners that are absolutely ridiculous. Now, okay, so let's see the red, yellow. I think that looks kind of nice. I like the red, the yellow. You got the little bit of blue from that. These labels do look good, and I mean, they're very solid. I mean, they're not ripping apart in my hands like other videos that I saw. I don't really care about this grade, though. The centering is pretty good for this card. It just goes into my PC. If I get a better version, I'll replace it. But yeah, those corners. I mean, that corner's not great. Not great. But I've seen 4s from HGA corners that are really, really bad. So maybe they're rating the cards just a little bit tougher right now. But that's a great card there. That's going to go to my PC. I'll show you the rest of my Hank Aaron's here. So I'll put it back here. Put them right against the Lagavulin there. So I'm going to send this one to CSG. This is the 1972. So this is not going to get a high grade, but I just want it slabbed. I believe it's going to be 1080 per card to slab. So this is a perfect candidate. It's centered pretty well. Now, these cards are really hard to get centered perfectly, but for 1080, I think I'm going to use CSG for my next submission. I'll let you guys know how that goes. I bought this one raw. I bought this one graded as a 3. I got a raw one coming in from ComC this weekend. But for a 3, with that centering, it's a really nice card. So I bought that for really cheap. This one I bought raw and got graded. I think they overgraded it, the centering. is not perfect. It's pretty top heavy there for the border. But I got a 6 on this. And now when I bought raw and got graded PSA, this one I bought graded. I mean, this is a 4 from HGC, and this is absolutely beautiful. I can't even find where the surface wrinkle is. The edges are not great. The corners aren't great, but the centering is very good for this 1964. Here is a car I bought raw. I'm going to have this graded by CSG as well. I love this, the 1958 Hank Aaron with the green, the colors, just absolutely gorgeous. So this will be sent. It's a nice card. I'm not expecting anything crazy. Probably about a 4. I don't know how CSG really grades. They're kind of not as strict, I believe, as PSA, SGC. And this is 1955 Hank Aaron. And this card I bought, I think, for about $350 before the real big vintage boom of like people buying Aaron started. So this card is absolutely gorgeous, centered. The corners are not great, but it's centered and has beautiful registration. And the last card was a third one there. So the 2 ones from PSA that were min size, they said were altered. And this is an authentic for my 1975 Topps George Brett. I cracked it out of the case. Actually, this was super simple. I just used my hands. I just cracked it, and the case just open. And I do have a SGC, sorry, PSA 6 already. And so they actually did grade this one, so I'm happy about that. And this one got an HGA 6. And so the corners got 5.5, surface got a 5, edges got a 6, centering got an 8.5. That's why I submitted. The centering was really good with this card. Corners. I mean, there is, I think this was in a screw down, so you could see that it's missing some of the paint there, some of the edge wear there. But again, I mean, the corners are not great, but I've seen much worse. Now the colors, I would much rather for this. I don't know why they have the blue and then the purple. I'd like the purple and the green and maybe the blue in the inside. But I'm going to keep this. This is going to go into my PC. I'll probably just sell the PSA one because it goes for basically twice the price of this. And definitely, I mean, am I really happy about this? I don't know. I wish I could pick the colors. This one looks kind of strange. This one, I really do like. But yeah, with this one, I mean, I think it would have looked much better with the purple, the green, and then maybe that red there. But they tried. So what are my final thoughts of HGA? I'll never use them again. I did appreciate that they didn't grade the 2 cards that were short. However, calling them an N1 for trimming so they don't have to give a refund when those cards have no evidence of being trimmed. They are just cut short from the factory. The minor league cards are all kind of like that. And the Robin Yount is just it's a weird shaped card. It's thicker than a usual card and it's shorter. It's not trimmed, but it is weirdly shaped and it should never be in a holder. So they got it right, but I don't like the fact that they said it was trimmed, and we don't need to give you a refund because of that. PSA gave a refund for both those cards. They didn't charge, and they said min size. So if you do have a card that's short, they might just say, yeah, you altered it. We still want our $25. Now, the other thing that I don't like or like with HGA is the labels. If they get the colors right, it looks great. This, in my opinion, looks really good. The gold kind of matches the gold. That blue matches the blue. I like this card. Really got to get a stand for these cards here. Be a lot easier. This card, I like it as well. It's just simple. You got the silver, the gray, kind of goes with this. I mean, they could have gone crazy and put a sparkle pattern up here. It would be too much. I like this. It's just kind of simple. It doesn't clash with the colors. Then they decided to produce these labels, and these things look like shit. I'm sorry, but they're bad. I mean, that orange, yellow mustard, whatever that is, does not match that yellow. That red, I actually isolated that in the computer, and I looked at that red compared to that red. It looks like pretty similar there. It's not even close. And the blue matches better than anything else, and that's still not great. So if they match the colors better, it would look amazing. But since they didn't match the labels to the card, it looks like crap. And whoever did that one probably also did this Brett. This one's even worse. The green's way off. That blue is supposed to be, I guess, the blue in the middle, but why didn't they put the purple on the outside, the blue in the inside, kind of like how it is on the card? So, if you don't get the color matching done correctly, I mean, how hard is it? You take a little circle out of that, you put that into the computer program, just match it up. Spend 20 seconds matching the colors. And you don't get a label that looks like this. This looks like shit, HGA. Congratulations. So what am I going to do with those cards? I don't know. I can actually keep the Gallon, the Sandy. I'm going to keep those two in my PC. The Brett and the Aaron, I just don't think I can keep them. I'll either look for upgrades, give those away, or sell them on eBay. Maybe somebody wants a George Brett with this label. I don't know who you are, but there might be one person out there. So if you have any experience with HGA or their labels, please let me know in the comments. I hope everybody has a great day.